Hi everybody, it's Kirsten and I'm here to show you an application method for your Jamberry nail wraps. Now, there are a lot of little variations, but that has a lot to do with the variations in our nail beds. We do all have different shaped nail beds. Mine happen to be super curvy, so there's a little bit of things that I like to tweak to kind of get that perfect application. Prep is huge. It is literally the foundation for your entire application, and that is what's going to get you those 14 days out of your wraps. So we prep with alcohol. The official instructions show alcohol. Now, if you have extremely oily nail beds, acetone is a great drying agent. It can really give you like that nice base to get those set. And so you can use that instead. And you can also just go one nail at a time. So instead of swiping all of them initially, you can clean one nail and then apply your wrap. Come to the next one, acetone swipe, come to the next one. I happen to be using the strengthening base coat. So I have polish layer on there already that obviously I don't want to take off. So I'm going to use that alcohol. Also make sure you're not pressing any germs up into your cuticles when you are pushing them back. So I have done a majority of the application on this hand. We are applying Sunday Brunch, which is a gorgeous floral, of course, and then we have Edgy as the accent nail, and that is brand new to the catalog for spring and summer this year. So I'm excited that you're here while I'm applying this for the first time. So excited. So I am going to apply the last nail of this set, and I also like to, when I'm finished with everything, let my wraps cool for a full 15 minutes. That's when I go back after I've applied and I do any trimming with the edges, and I'll show you where we go from that step when we finish the initial application. So we have cleaned the nail with our alcohol swab. Of course, I'm using alcohol because I have that strengthening base coat with the horsetail extract from Jamberry, of course, and I'm going to buff. I'm going to buff my nail after I have pushed that cuticle back, either with your pusher. I love my spoon pusher because it is great with metallic wraps that are a little thinner to iron out any of those little crinkles that are there. You just heat that up in front of your heater and it acts like an iron on your wrap to get any of those loose edges. So I have this buffed, and I can buff my strengthening base coat just like I do a regular nail. That's how awesome it is, and it creates that texture that you love, that it gets that adhesive really on there. I swipe again with alcohol to get all the particles off of that part of the nail, and then we are going to apply. You can cut your strip in half when you first start, but you'll start getting so good at this that you'll be able to estimate how long the length of that should be so that you can get these little pieces in between and use those for accent nails to get the most out of your wraps. And so, well, hello there. Are you here to help me out? Well, we also, it's also good to have our children around because we are busy. We need to know this is something that we can do any day we feel like with everybody that's normally in our house. So here we are. We're gonna scoot our heater on over here, and she's gonna help. So you're gonna turn that heater on for me when it's time. But right now we're gonna wait because we're gonna show them that when I have a strengthening base coat, I need a little bit of wiggle room in case I don't place that down so well. If I heat the wrap like the traditional method, it's gonna warm that wrap up and it's gonna stick really well when I first get it on there, right? So maybe I don't want that so much for the first lining up of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what's called a cold application method, which is not to heat it up first when we place it on there. Now, if you don't have a base coat, a lacquer that you're putting underneath a wrap or anything like that, just do this straight up, heat up first and then heat up again. But for this, we'll do the cold. So I've cut that wrap and I'm gonna push it up. I've got the flat part already ready to grab with my tweezers, and I pull that right off. So this is already facing the right direction for me to apply that right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna place this with children under my armpits and everything. And I got that on there. And I'm gonna press in the middle first because I wanna make sure that I can roll the sides of that wrap from side to side, starting from the bottom, and I can just press up. And that's gonna be a nice, smooth, no weird bubbles, wrinkles, anything, because I'm just pressing that down in succession until we get to the top. And once I'm to the top, I'm just gonna go ahead and use that spoon pusher, and we are going to press down on that wrap. Get it nice. You can do a lot of the work of that adhesive just by pressing, using the pressure. Now the heat just gives that final kick that really gets it to stay for those 2 weeks. Now I have a little bit of the nail, a little bit of the wrap that's over the top. So I did a pretty good job, but I'm just gonna snip that teeny bit that's left, okay? Now, before I even take all of that off though, if I wanna make sure if I have any little wrinkles on the side, I can actually take my tweezers, pull the end of that wrap because it's so strong with that vinyl, and I can just pull that down to really release any kind of wrinkles that would be there on the end of on my nails at all. All right, so I have that there. I have little chipmunks behind me as well. And I'm gonna put my finger in the baggie. Now this is the second part of my method, all right? And we're going to twist that bag and just give it a little nice encasing, because we're literally gonna shrink wrap this. Zoe's gonna turn the heater on for me. And and she's gonna turn the heater on for me. Go ahead. All right, and it gets hot pretty quickly. So we're gonna go ahead and put this right in front, and I'm gonna take my spoon pusher or your cuticle pusher and just press on that just to get that heat in. I only need about 8 seconds, and that'll be done. La la la. And now we are finished, and we're gonna turn the heater off. Go ahead, assistant. Hello there. And I am completely finished. I have that nail, and if you can see, it shrink wrapped down. So when I go to file that off, that little piece will come right off. Or when I clip, it'll come off at the same time. And there you have it. You have Sunday brunch with an edgy accent nail, and I think it's gorgeous. I'm totally in love, but I knew I would be. So if you guys have questions, just leave them for me on the VIP group page. You can message me, you can call me, you can carrier pigeon, anything you need. That's what us consultants are here for. We're here for you to get the most out of your Jamberry and to love it like you already do. So I will see you guys next time. Say bye. Bye. Hey everybody, it's been 15 minutes and all of my jams have cooled down after my application. So now I'm gonna go in and we're gonna take off the tips of those little bits of wraps that are left. So we're gonna show you filing and clipping as 2 methods, and you of course can decide which one works best for you. Whatever makes the lifting stop. So that's basically what we're looking for here. So I've done most of the nails in this hand. I only have a couple left to go. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna file. And 90 degrees is perfectly fine. I like to go at 45 degrees because I get that little edge of the nail I was telling you about, so that when I'm picking things up, it's really grabbing from underneath and putting most of whatever pulling pressure from grabbing something is gonna be with the nail and not the wrap that's laying on top. So it doesn't take too long with the grit, nice grit on the nail file from the application kit. And that just comes right off, so you get a nice smooth finish to the edge of your nail. Now if you have a little bit of extra nail, like I do have on these, you can clip. And so you can do the same exact principle, just making sure that you're going straight across, or I like to angle mine up slightly, and that gets you that little bit of nail that you were looking for. So just kind of angle that up just a little ways, just like that. And you also have a lovely finish to that nail. Again, file, just down only, not any other direction, just straight down. And you can do a 45-degree angle if you want to see the rest of that. And the camera went wonky. Thank you, camera person. So we're all good here. And we have beautiful jam-covered nails. Now, a nice way to finish your manicure is, of course, to grab your Jamberry Nourish Lotion. It is biotin enriched, so you get all of these amazing strengtheners that will help care for your hands and nails. Moisture is the key. Gotta keep those nails between the cuticle oil that we can apply every day or at night if you like, just to make sure that all the nail that's growing from the base of here is really getting moisturized as it comes out. It really, really makes for a perfect surface for those wraps. So great way to finish. Just grab a little bit of your Nourish Lotion and rub and just so nice. So ready and completely moisturized and ready to go. And there you have it, your jams. You guys need anything, you know where to reach me.